for me, I didn't have an issue with the statement. I like his confidence. I don't necessarily agree with him being top 3 in the NFL, but I don't fault him for having that type of confidence. I just think that it's important to couple that confidence with work ethic, with consistency in his play. And I think that, based on how he was in the OTAs, we talked about him taking that next step in terms of his leadership, trying to show the growth in there. I like that part for him, but we just got to see it in the season. That's kind of where I'm at with Chase, because yes, you could look at it as a positive, but I can see people that spin it as a negative as well, saying that, hey man, once again, he's saying something that's getting people to react, but it's like, man, how are you helping us on the field? Where's the productivity at on the field? Stuff
Putting
like
maybe
that.
an unnecessary target on your back too.
Yeah, when you start saying you top 3, I know it's been people out there, I'm like, oh, you said you nice like that? All right, we're gonna find out today. You know what I mean? So it's like that type of stuff. Yeah, it adds to it. But that's why I said, like, I don't fault his confidence. I always would rather err on a guy being too confident than not confident enough. And with Chase, physically, he has the talents. He's gifted enough. He has the potential, but the consistency hasn't been there. Him doing it, playing and play out hasn't been there. So that's the part where it's like, can you do that? Time will tell. But I mean, right now, all you're doing is lip service. But I don't have an issue with it. I don't think it's a negative like how some people try to make it, man. But that was my reaction. What was you?
No, I'm 100% with you. I actually liked it. Got me a little pumped up. I agree with you. I don't think he's a top 3 to 5 receiver right now. I think he's capable. I think he has that type of potential. I was talking about him potentially reaching that stratosphere last year, making a DK Metcalf type of jump from rookie to sophomore year, and it didn't happen. So I still think the potential's there, the capabilities are there for him to be a top 3 to 5 receiver. It's just, you're right. Does he do it?
No.
Seems like he's building on his self-awareness a little bit this offseason, talking about taking on a leadership role, talking about not falling to his feet, got to make some bigger plays, have more impact.
Even address TikToks.
Yeah, they talked about that a little too much.
You said talk about a little too much.
Yeah, did you? Because it was only 30 minutes, so I watched that whole thing. His responses were interesting.
Yes, to say
they were good
least.
And bad, because
I would agree.
It was good in saying, just clarifying that this isn't a big deal. They're only short videos. No one really has a problem with it.
Yes.
But then he starts talking about potentially posting TikToks throughout the season and his strategy for doing that. Like, I think I'll be back once we start winning. It's like, no, bro, you got it wrong now. You got it wrong. You're thinking too much about it.
I was just like, bro, you had it. And then it was like, yo, just stop talking. Just stop talking.
I'll be back. Like, I'm off TikTok now just because he's talking about perception and stuff.
Yes, bruh.
He's like, but I'm going to be back.
Yeah, I'm just like, yo, just stop. You had it right. Just stop right there. Just stop. You don't have to leave that part for yourself. You don't need to include that part. Yes.
Yeah, if you had a whole strategy about doing it, fine.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it just goes back to, I feel like if you're doing the TikToks, they should almost just not be that thought out, because they're simple video. Just do it.
Yeah.
But now you're
like
thinking about it.
Yeah, man.
And obviously it is going to probably rub people the wrong way, which isn't a big deal. I don't know.
Wrong way, bro.
I see both sides of it. I just didn't really like him bringing that up right now about him already thinking about posting TikToks throughout the season. I don't care if you do it, but you're thinking too much. You're trying too hard with it.
And the timing of everything. It's like, bro, we just got over this whole TikTok stuff. We know how everything played out last year. It's like, we're in a good space right now, bro. Just stay in the good space.
Like, what TikToks are you going to do? Because it's one thing maybe to do a TikTok where you're doing a comedy sketch. It has nothing to do with football. Versus, all right, are you going to do the locker room shit again?
Right. Or are you going to do a pregame thing? Like, what's on this schedule? Because that's the concerning part. I'm like, if it's on a Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday, hey, man, you can do whatever you want Monday through Saturday. That's cool. Bro, don't drop that TikTok on Sunday, man. Don't you do that on no Sunday. Please, baby. Don't you do it on no Sunday, man.
So we'll see.
Yes, bruh.
But in terms of him being a top 3 to 5 receiver, I do think he's got that potential. But I looked up the top 5 receivers last year.
Oh, yeah, he's not in there right now.
So here's the stats he's probably going to have to put up to be at least in the conversation. You got Cooper Kupp with almost 2,000 yards. I'm just going straight off yards.
Okay.
Justin Jefferson, 1,600 yards. Devontae Adams, 1,550 yards. Jamar Chase, 1,450 yards. Deebo Samuel's 1,400. So that's 5 receivers right there.
And that doesn't include D-Hop, who was hurt last year. It doesn't include Diggs, who had a down, not even a down year, but just
he
came
was
back
like
to reality.
2 or 3 away.
Yeah, he came back down from what he did the year prior. Yeah.
And 4 of those guys have double-digit touchdowns. Deebo Samuel has 6, but you got to include his rushing stuff probably too.
90, 100 receptions, right?
Oh, yeah.
All of them should be in there. Yeah,
Deebo got 77. Jamar Chase, 81.
He got the touches.
Oh, they have electric play. They have big-time plays.
Yeah.
So I looked. I'm like, all right, I don't know if Claypool's hitting those numbers this year, so that's not going to be top 5, but I still think he could do top 10 numbers.
Yeah.
And I looked back last year. I just want to make sure those numbers for receivers aren't like an outlier. Mm-hmm. DK Metcalf got 1,310 touchdowns because that was Claypool's stat projection for himself. He's like, I think I get 13 and like 10 plus. Yeah. Okay, DK did that last year or 2 years ago in 2020. Right. He was the 7th best receiver just in terms of that season if you're looking at receiving yards.
Yeah.
I think Claypool could do that. I said 1,210, so why not 100 more yards?
But he also had Russ throwing him the ball too.
Fair.
That's the other part.
Yeah, the thing with Claypool is he might just not get the volume.
I don't think he will. Deontay's going to get a ton of volume.
That's not a slight on Mitch. We might focus on Muth.
Najee's going to get action. Like, we got a lot of mouths to feed. Whereas when you're talking about DK in Seattle, it was just him and Lockett. When you talk about Diggs in Buffalo, before Gabriel Davis really emerged, he was their main guy. Now, we know they because Emmanuel was there for a little bit with him, but even before then, when it was John Brown, it was still like different in terms of who their play in and play out guy was. Claypool isn't going to get that targets like how AB would get. When we talk about news, we were naming off Cooper Kupp and company. That's AB style targets. This the guy we're
Cooper Kupp, 145 receptions.
Yeah, that's
Jefferson had 108. Devontae 123.
He's not going to get that many opportunities like that, bro. I don't see that happening with our offense the way it is.
Deontay had 107.
Yeah. Deontay, think about how Deontay wins and how he gets the ball, though. He's not downfield. It's not elongated routes. It's right now, let's get you the ball. Let's let you work. Claypool, he got to stretch that field. He got to go down there.